The biggest mistake Calgary sellers make happens before their home even hits the market, and it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. The mistake? Well, it's pricing based on hope. It can feel like you're protecting what your home is worth, but it's often what puts it at risk. After nearly 20 years in Calgary real estate and helping hundreds of sellers, this is something I've seen play out over and over again. Pricing based on hope isn't really a strategy. It is driven by emotion, but it comes from wanting to protect what you've built, from remembering the upgrades you've done, the time you put in, and the life that's happened in the home, from seeing what a neighbor sold for or what you feel your home should be worth, and from not wanting to look back and think, I could have gotten more. That's completely understandable. Every seller I work with feels that way at some point. I hear this a lot. Let's try a bit higher, see what happens. We can always come down later. Maybe the right buyer will pay for it. And I understand why that feels like the safer move, because it feels like you're protecting your investment and what your home is worth. But here's the part most sellers don't see. Buyers don't price your home that way. They look at what else is available, what feels like better value, and what similar homes have already sold for. Because recent sales help set buyers' expectations, and how your home is positioned against the competition determines how yours will perform. Well-prepared homes that show better than the competition can outperform those expectations. Now, this is where pricing really starts to matter. Pricing doesn't just influence your final sale price. It affects how many buyers even see it in the first place. When you price above market value, you reduce visibility. At market value, the majority of buyers are looking, but even pricing slightly higher, that pool drops quickly. So instead of having most buyers consider your home, you're only being seen by a much smaller group. If buyers don't see your home, they can't compete for it. The second risk is you lose your strongest buyers early. The highest level of interest happens right at the beginning, typically in the first 2 to 4 weeks. That's when your home gets the most showings and when the most serious buyers are paying attention. They're ready, they're qualified, they're actively comparing, but if the price isn't right during that window, the interest will drop quickly and those early buyers, they move on and they don't usually come back. The third risk is that you end up selling for less than you could have. This is often how it plays out. On the left, when a home is priced correctly, it gets strong early interest and sells quickly, often achieves much closer, if not full value. On the right, when a home is priced too high, has less showings, no offers, then as days on the market climb and buyers start asking, why hasn't it sold? So then you reduce the price, which can attract discount offers and tougher negotiations. That's how homes often end up selling below market value, not because they weren't worth it, but because the timing and positioning worked against them. That's the real cost of overpricing. And the fourth risk is you start to lose control of the sale. This is where sellers start to feel it. What usually follows is a series of price reductions. It's what we usually call chasing the market. Each reduction changes how buyers see your home. Instead of feeling like it's an opportunity, it starts to feel like a negotiation. Buyers begin to think, how much lower will they go? So instead of you setting the terms of the sale, the market starts to set them for you. And that's the shift you want to avoid. Because once you lose control of the positioning, you lose control of the outcome. And this is why having the right strategy from the start matters. It's not just about picking the highest price, it's about understanding how buyers are going to respond to that price and positioning your home so it creates the strongest possible first impression right when it matters the most. Because that early window is your best opportunity to attract serious buyers, to create competition and sell from a position of strength. This is where experience really matters. Having someone who understands how to price strategically and guide the preparation and presentation of your home so you don't just list, you position it properly from the start. Because that's how you give yourself the best chance to sell for the highest possible price without feeling like you left money on the table. Most sellers think starting higher protects them, but in today's Calgary market, it often does the opposite because pricing right isn't about leaving money on the table, it's about creating the conditions to get the most for your home without second guessing it later. If you're thinking about selling your home and you want to get it right before you list, you can schedule a call below. No pressure, just a clear plan so you can move forward with confidence.